What's up guys, Yojimbo here, and we have a new video concerning the leaks of Diablo 4. Now, the page that is leaking this information has said that Blizzard's doing a pretty good job at not letting out too much information regarding the start of Season 1, but we did get a little tidbits of information, and we want to get those out to you here today. It's going to be a pretty quick video. There's not a ton of information, but every little bit counts here to help us for putting together all the pieces of the puzzle to show us what we're going to be dealing with when Season 1 starts. So right off the bat here, we do have, this is the channel, or I should say the page. You can go follow this person here on Twitter. It's DatamineARPG, at DatamineARPG, and they've been a pretty reputable source for giving us information for ARPGs in the past. It's not just a nobody page that popped up out of nowhere. They've given information out on Diablo Immortal in the past, and while that might not be your type of game, it does mean that they've at least proved themselves to be giving out true information. Now, what we have here is going to be World Tier 5 discovered and some gems going up into the future. We knew that there was going to be more gems coming in the game, but we didn't know where they were, how to get them, or what they would be. Now we're going to have some more information on that. And unfortunately here we do have a white background page, so I'm sorry about the flashbang there, but that's just the way it is. So they've posted here that World Tier 5 is in the works. Now these look like a new tier of gems, and that is going to be what we get going forward. There's actually going to be 3 new tiers of gems. What we currently have right now is up to rank 5, and in the data mine they have found 7 and 8, and no information on 6, weirdly enough. But at least we know 6 is going to be there. So we'll have all 8 ranks of gems, and 8 currently ending in the name Perfect. But that could just be a placeholder name, and it could be named something different when we get the gems in the game. But in Diablo 2, the best gems were called Perfect Gems. So if it's a little bit of a throwback to that, that would make sense. Now the effects are speculation, but while we don't have the exact information, we do see the pattern of the numbers going up for our current gems, and you can just follow them trends. For example, if the rubies are going up at a 1.5% per gem level, it's safe to say that for these new gems coming out, it's going to continue that pattern. We don't really see any reason why it would be any different. But while the numbers don't really matter, the only thing that matters is getting the new gems. It doesn't matter if it's 1% better, 5% better, 10% better. If it's better than the current gems you have, you're going to put them into your gear. So here we have all the different gems and the percentages that they're going to be possibly going up by. You can see the color differences that he has in the numbers here. That's going to be his confidence, green being very confident, yellow being medium, and red being not so confident at all. The only ones that are in the red here is for the skulls and the amount of armor that they would provide in jewelry, but pretty safe to say this is a safe bet at what we would be currently looking at. I think that having the more gems is going to be fine. Overall, I think the gem system probably could use a little bit of a rework. I felt the same way in Diablo 3 about the gems. It was always just get to the best gem, put it in your gear. Now, eventually we did have to use the gems to level up our legendary gems. You would need to have, perfect gems of a certain color to be able to level up your legendary gems. So at least they provided some sort of a use and there was a reason to pick them up. Currently, we don't have that in Diablo 4. Once you have all of your color gems that you need in your gear, there's really no reason to pick them up. They don't even have a sell value at the vendor. I think currently if you sell the highest tier gem, you get like 10 gold for it or something. Definitely not worth the time of even picking up the gems if you already have the max gems in your inventory. Though with the idea of new gems coming out, it might be worth it to stack up on some. That way when it is released, you would be instantly able to, depending on how you unlock the ability to craft these gems anyway, the ability to craft up to the top tier gem if you have some in reserves ready to craft when the update drops. For season information, they really didn't give us a ton of information to go off of. They did find out that we are going to have some seasonal stash tabs, which isn't too much of a surprise. They would need to have stash tabs for the season specifically, because if not, that would mean that you would be able to use all of your current gear that you've been saving this whole time in your seasonal character, and that wouldn't make very much sense. Now, you probably won't be able to use your seasonal tab for your, let's call them eternal characters, the characters that you have out of season. But once the season ends, all of that gear would become available to your eternal characters to use outside of seasonal play. Inside of seasonal play, if it's similar to how every other ARPG in Diablo has worked, you're going to start a brand new seasonal character, start out at level 1, no gear, no anything. The only thing that we know that follows over into the seasons is going to be your Lilith statues. So do make sure you get those done and have those completed before the new season starts. As far as gems go, these are our current ones that we have: crude, chipped, regular, flawless, and royal. And we don't have the exact names on the new ones, as we said. This is another leak that we had come out, and this shows the battle pass. We know that there's not going to be anything, we assume there's not going to be anything that's pay to win in the battle pass. Everything that would be considered some kind of a boost to your character should be in the free version of the battle pass, while the paid version or premium version of the battle pass should only be cosmetic items and things like that. This is if Blizzard doesn't go back on their word and says, that the game won't have any pay to win. There's some top secret things that have not been released here. We don't know what's behind these boxes, but if the art is any indication to go off of, I'm going to say that the cosmetics that you get in the battle pass are going to be pretty cool. This here is going to be the season journey. If you played Diablo 3, you know what the season journey is. It's not any different than that. I assume it's actually going to be a exact copy paste out of Diablo 3 and put into Diablo 4. The only difference is there's not going to be a set bonus or a set that you unlock while you're doing it, like there is in Diablo 3, because there are no sets currently in Diablo 4. But there's going to be other things that you do unlock, such as we can see here. There's going to be some aspects, and I can actually just move my camera up here a little bit so you guys can see that. There we go. So these are some of the chapter rewards that you get. There's an aspect, a cache, and I don't know personally what this one is here. If anybody has any idea what that is, it's going to take a guess and say it's premium currency to use on cosmetics, but I'm not sure. And you can tell by the completion of some of these things that it's not very hard to do. I don't know why one of them is knocked out as top secret. These are all very low level completions. Collecting Gallow Wine, completing any dungeon, completing any local event, and complete dungeons in Fractured Peaks. I can't imagine that the one that's blocked out as top secret is anything special. Just let your mind wander, I guess. As for what this is over here in the top secret area, not really sure what that could be. It's something that we're going to unlock, I'm sure. We can see there's multiple chapters to unlock. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chapters to unlock, and 9 objectives in each chapter, or at least in the first chapter. We can guess that the other ones are going to be very similar to that. And if they follow the same method that they did in Diablo 3, you can know that they're going to scale up through difficulty. So once you get up to the higher chapters, you'll need to do them in the higher world tiers. It'll be killing world bosses or killing the story bosses in the different difficulties to complete the challenges. That's all we really have on the leaks here so far. I'll keep you guys up to date as new leaks do come out. Hopefully we get some more information on the start of Season 1. That's the one I'm really looking forward to myself. And if I had to have a gimme for myself, I would say the thing that I really want to see from Season 1, something that I think would be a banger and really pop off Season 1, would be if they had a new class already ready to be added to the game. I always found it a little weird that we didn't have some sort of a holy class added to the game at launch. For me, that's always been something that's been a part of Diablo. Being able to play the paladin, holy warrior, or even the monk, the crusader in Diablo 3. There's always been some sort of a holy warrior in Diablo to play, and I feel like that's really missing from this game. I do like all the other characters, and I think they all fit very well into the game, but it would be really cool to have that sort of character in the game. Maybe that's just particularly for me because it's what I like to play, and I do hope we see it here in the future. Anyways, guys, be on the lookout for future videos. If this was helpful for you, or you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. It lets me know that you like what we're doing here, and I can get more content out to you guys. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Adios, muchachos.